Good morning guys. We're back at it again with another video. So today, what we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna be fabricating and building a steel cargo trailer that we're going to be able to hook up to our Aventon e-bikes. Now, the e-bikes nowadays, well, I've never actually ridden an e-bike until we got some of these Aventon ones here, and I must say I'm thoroughly impressed. I've been riding bikes for a long time. Many of you guys know that I've done bike tours through Southeast Asia. So I've done one through Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, and Malaysia. I did another one halfway across Australia. I started in Brisbane, went down to Sydney, Melbourne, down the Great Ocean Road, and then up into Adelaide. And then I've also started in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and I rode all the way up into Chiang Mai in Thailand. Through some of those bike tours, I use a trailer. When I'm bike touring, I actually really don't like using a trailer. I find them cumbersome, heavy, and kind of annoying. I'm more of just like, I just need two panniers on the back and let's go, right? That's just an easier, simpler way to bike tour for me. I've used a bob trailer before, I've used a standard cargo trailer, and I just wasn't really a big fan of them. While I don't really ride bikes very much anymore, it's still something that I think is awesome. I love the simplicity of cycling. You can pack a bike up into a bike box and take it anywhere in the world with you, and you've got transportation wherever you go. And you don't need insurance, you don't need fuel other than your body, and you can just get up and go wherever you are. So when I'm designing things like this, a lot of the design, I may look at some Google images of some other cargo trailers or some other designs that I see, maybe take some inspiration from that and then create something unique. On a cargo trailer or just on a trailer in general, I'd say the most difficult part to design is really just the hitch connection and how you're going to connect it to the bike. The rest of it is pretty simple. There's nothing like too complicated about it, but I've looked at some other hitch systems. I think it was like a Thule bike hitch that was kind of like a ball and socket joint, and I'm like, this makes the most sense. It seems to be probably the easiest to fabricate, and it's going to be the strongest. I know a lot of bike trailers, the hitch system is kind of like it's like a spring, and the spring is kind of cool, but it has some issues with it. Like if you want to load it up, like you're going to be loading that spring, and especially when you're pedaling, since you have that spring, as you pedal forward, like the trailer is going to kind of lag behind like a little bit, and I don't like that feeling. I'd rather have a completely solid connection. So I've designed actually a bike trailer in the past and actually built it, actually two, I believe. Yeah, one out of bamboo that was like a cargo trailer that we're going to build. I built a bamboo frame bicycle in New York City way back, and I wanted to build a matching cargo trailer for it. I've got some video of it that I can post up here as well. And then I also did a bamboo bob trailer as well. So I've kind of got an idea for what I like. The bob trailer design, I'm not really a big fan of it for a number of reasons. I like a standard cargo trailer that has two wheels that basically carries the most amount of weight, and it's balanced well. So if you balance your weight properly over the wheels, then it's going to be the best. So my design process when I'm fabricating something is I always start with visualizing it. I always start with designing it in my head, and I've just become good at that over time. It's something that I've been able to do pretty fluently ever since I was a kid, is to visualize what I want to do and then actually go and do it. So I can design quite a bit of it in my head, and then once I've kind of got a good idea for it, then I start to translate it to paper. So little things like this, I wouldn't really spend the time to do it in SketchUp. If I was designing like a shed or more of like a structure, then I would put it in SketchUp because I think that's easier to do in a 3D model. But for something simple like this, I basically just do different types of elevation drawings. So like a top-down drawing, another top-down drawing with the detail on how I'm going to do basically the part that's going to go around the wheels, and then like a side view here. I do it to scale, so I kind of get an idea of how it's going to look. I just use an architectural ruler and a pen, and from here I make a cut list. So when I like to fabricate something like this, I like to make my process as efficient as possible. So the more things that you can cut at once, you cut at once. Some things I'm not exactly sure on the length and the angles and stuff like that, so I'll do that after I actually have like the main portion of the trailer actually fabricated, and then I'll figure out the rest of it. But you want to kind of go in that process. Do as much cutting as you can, do as much welding as you can, do all of your grinding, do all of your prep work, and then do your finished paint or however else you're gonna finish it off, like with powder coat or just leaving it as it is. All right guys, we're gonna start off with cutting. There's a lot of pieces here to cut, and it's gonna probably take me about an hour to do so, and I don't know how to make it really interesting to watch. So I'll show a couple cuts, but we're just gonna get that all done and then get to the interesting part, which is the actual welding.
Hey guys, I did not intend on this being a two-part video, but it just kind of seems like I'm not going to be able to fit everything into one video, so I'll have the next one out next Tuesday for you. You can see how we finish off the bike trailer and how I also put together one of the Aventon e-bikes. Awesome guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next video. Talk to you soon. Peace.